There we go. I think we're live. Okay. Hi, everyone. This is Alice, obviously, and Dawn. Dawn is a client of mine from the Etsy Profit Proof Formula who's done absolutely brilliantly. So I wanted to bring her on today to give you a bit of a roundup on what's been happening in the program and what the clients are now getting results. Obviously, it takes time to build your Etsy store, but for Dawn, it's just gone boom. So we'll chat to Dawn about that. Hi, Dawn. So talk to me a little bit, Dawn, about what was not working in your Etsy shop before you came to find out about the Etsy Profit Proof Formula program.
In a nutshell, I wasn't getting the sales I wanted. Like many people, I had plenty of products, working hard on it, but just weren't selling. Not to the rate that I wanted, at least. And
you had two stores, didn't you? Or was it three?
Yeah, I originally had one that had lots of different art in it, and then I kind of split them into two because they kind of didn't mix. And
yeah. And with that artwork, obviously you're an artistic type, like you've been painting and all of that. So you thought about digital products on Etsy would be a surefire way to get passive income, right? When you first launched your store, was that right?
Pretty much, yeah. For me, it was ideal because I sort of travel a lot. So actually being able to send my artwork off to people, it just wasn't an option. So doing digital just meant that wherever I was, I could sell to somebody. Yeah. That's what I thought.
And that's the dream, right? That we can earn money off the digital products. But for so many people on Etsy, it can be slow. And, even down the line, months in, things aren't selling. And we thought that digital products would be that, elixir that would be that we could earn our money lying on the beach. It's not exactly the case when you choose a really, great products but tend to be in that low demand niche. So we basically, the whole program of the Etsy Profit Proof Formula is to find you high profit growth niches, things that are set to boom, things that are going to go woof, and you're going to carry that wave up and you'll be one of the major players in that area and you can reap an amazing income from that. So when it wasn't working for you, were you spending a lot of time in your business trying to tweak things, trying to promote it, market it and things like that?
Yeah, a lot of my time was spent on, obviously I thought SEO was going to be the key. I knew that the things that I had were on par with what other people were selling. So I knew it wasn't what I was selling that was the problem. So I went down the route of looking at SEO. I spent hours on training calls for things like that. Obviously forums, I spent hours trawling through those and trying to get feedback and advice from other people. It helped a little bit, I won't deny that, it did, but it still wasn't seeing the results that I thought I should be getting.
Yeah, because we've all got income goals, but when we're pursuing the selling the particular products, we reach a point, I think, where you get stuck in that perpetual state of working hard on your business, trying to promote it, when really your products should, in a sense, sell themselves. In fact, when you get in that high demand niche, or if you land in a high demand niche randomly, you'll see that traction is there from the beginning. And then it's not in for the low demand niches. But so before the program, obviously you not getting any sales, that sucked, right? Obviously you want to be getting. How did that actually impact your ability to keep going on Etsy? Like, were you thinking, what am I going to do in the future?
Yeah, there was times when I sat there and I thought, why on earth am I spending hours doing this and I'm not getting anything for it?
Yeah.
My husband, he's really supportive. He was like, I know you're good, you can keep going, which was an absolute godsend, because without him I probably would have chucked things in ages ago and dealt with it. I've done. But yeah, with that bit of support was something.
Yeah, you need that support, and some people don't have it, some people do. We've all got people who will steal our dreams a little bit. You've got this idea of selling on Etsy, and then when it's not working so well, it's good to have the comfort of a partner who does understand that, and believes in you to keep going. But sometimes, it's not the talent that's an issue. You had the talent. Many Etsy sellers have the talent, but it's just that you align the talent into something that's profitable.
There's definitely people out there that are far more talented than I can ever be. And I look at some of their stuff and you can see they don't have many sales.
Yeah.
If they joined your program, they'd know how to make it.
I do. So after you went through the program, I know you had a lot of issues with, because you live half the time abroad and then you live over here you live in the UK. So you had limited time to work on the program, right?
I did, yeah. I had no internet quite often. lots of issues got in my way, but I kept plodding through.
Yeah, and that's the one of the keys to a successful person in general is resilience and tenacity to just get it done, even though obstacles are being chucked at it, because we all have various, life happens, things happen. We all gotta just, but your internal commitment to what you wanted to achieve, that was always at the base of what you were doing. So that is one of the driving reasons why, you managed to get over the line at the end of the day, do the formula, work out what was a growth niche, get in it, get designing the products. So what amazing outcome have you now achieved? Like, we should talk really about what you've managed to achieve since you launched, right? And you launched, you said it was 3 weeks ago, right? Your first product.
It's crazy. It was literally, I thought maybe after I'd launched it, because I knew that it was good, because I'd done all the research and I set everything out. So I know it's going to sell at some point. I did not realise that literally within hours I would get that first achieve. I was gobsmacked, absolutely gobsmacked.
I know.
And it wasn't. I think the first day was 8 sales.
Wow.
Crazy.
Some people struggle to get 8 sales in the first few months, let alone in the first day.
Well, I think my first one, it took me at least 4 months before I got my first sale. So I was. Yeah, gobsmacked isn't quite the word that kind of fits it.
and there you can see the contrast. You've got a low demand product, a very talented person, but low demand in a low demand niche or an oversaturated niche, getting 1 sale or 8 sales in 4 months, and then boom, 8 sales in 24 hours. That's the difference between a growth niche and an oversaturated niche. And it's not about the girls out there, their talent, their time they're spending on something. It's nothing about who they are or how good they are or if they deserve this. It's simply a product thing. And immediately, how did your husband feel when you were ka-ching it all over the place?
Funny, actually, because he obviously was really supportive all the time. Every time I got the odd cha-ching, he was like, oh, that's fantastic. But when this thing kept going on and on, like, you're kidding. You're kidding, this can't be another one. Like, it is. And then he was getting, how many can we do tomorrow? So it's kind of like, And whilst I'm back here in the UK, he keeps asking, have you had any more? Have you had any more?
Yeah. Awesome.
It's good.
And what are your plans now with, obviously you've reached about 75 sales now and it's been about 3 weeks, is that right?
So I've started on some more product. That's got to be the next thing now, is that I've got to make more. I've got to make more, concentrate on what I'm doing, and just build on what I've started. I'm still kind of in a sort of la-la land at the moment. I can't quite believe it.
You're in it's like all of the initial glow of being on the way to being a top seller. You're glowing.
I can see that all the efforts that I was putting in beforehand, I was doing the right thing. I was just channeling it in the wrong area. I was using all the talents that I had before, and obviously by using your formula, I've kind of worked out how to put it in the right places. So going forward, there's no reason why it's not going to be, but the next one goes, there'll be like 20, 30 sales a day. I can see it. I can see it now. So great.
And if you had not done the research in the right way, you would have maybe spotted the potential in that niche. You may have known about it. And when you told me what your niche was and what your products were, I'd never heard of it, so it's niched, nicely niched, but there's a massive demand for it. Sometimes when people jump on Etsy and think, what shall I create? They see what's selling out there. They see what's actually already oversaturated, basically, and then they jump into that, and then they can't seem to get any traction. So, doing the research in the right way, which you did, then revealed exactly what was growth and what wasn't, and then you made a really, really smart decision and went for it, designed a few products and bumped straight away what you'd be at for 75 sales within a few weeks, and 8 a day, and when you're in 24 hours, like, it's just brilliant, awesome. So when you did you have any concerns before, when we first chatted and we first spoke, did you have any concerns about the program as such and joining the Etsy Profit Proof Formula? Did you have any concerns around what it was going to be, how, if this would work for me, things like that?
Concerns, because obviously I'd done other trainings and things before, and I hadn't got out of it what I thought I was going to get. But then I hadn't had the one-to-one chat with somebody before. It was all an internet base where you read, you know, other people's testimonies. But having spoken to you, definitely makes a big difference. And you're more than willing to give over information on the Facebook group as well. So beforehand, I kind of knew that if I had issues and stuff, I'd be able to reach out, and that makes a big difference. Definitely,
it does.
So to say that I didn't have any worries would be a lie, because everybody does. It's something new, and you never guarantee anything. But
no, and I think with when we're out there on the Etsy sphere and even an online business, the market of teaching, of people coaching or doing online programs, there's a lot of options, a lot of people telling different methods and stuff like that. And some of them, you know, are good, some of them, but what the key is when it comes to success, it's accountability. It's teaching a proven strategy, which of course you need in order to implement a strategy to get to an action, to get the outcome of, you know, a profitable niche. But it's also about having a community of people who are on the same page and want the same goal. And so that uplifts completely. And I know that you really enjoyed the Facebook group and having the interaction there. But when I come to, you know, if I don't want to sell off a sales page, I simply don't, because I can't speak to someone and know that I have the solution to their problem unless I speak to them. Because someone could buy off a hype of a sales page and then they'll never follow through, because you didn't get down to the real reasons why they want to achieve something. And that is crucial. That's like the fuel in the tank a lot of the time.
Everybody should definitely take the time to take the call with you, if nothing else, because even that alone is just gold.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I love doing the calls. You know, I've recently just jumped off one just now. It's getting to know the real problem, the root of the problem of what people are suffering in their store. And there's so many things that I hear of consistently, but then there's always one or two who are very different. And then that's a new type of person. I go, okay, so that's another problem that people are having. And does my program actually fix that problem? Because if it's an SEO issue and they're in a high demand niches already, I won't want to enroll them in the program at all.
Yeah.
Because I can't help them. And I want, with all the noise out there of online courses out there, and it's confusing on who to believe and who to trust and will I get this outcome, I know that when I built this course, it has to be outcome based. I do not want to enroll anyone into the program if I can't take them by the hand from where they are right now to get them to the actual outcome and let them go and then see them on their way. And that's why in the program, the graduate group has trainings as well. So even once a month, once you're out of the program, I'm still there training you, aligning people, you know, onto their mission to make sure that they do what they said they were going to do. That's what they wanted to do. It's their own goals. I'm just here to go, right, come on, let's go. Or if they leave off somewhere. Yeah.
Accountability definitely is you need it. It does help.
Yeah. You need that community of people who can lift you up when you fall, because the times I've seen people fall in my program is many, because things get, you know, there's a lot of data there and a lot of research, so that can be quite overwhelming. Sometimes it's past fears that come with them, and they're like, I'm not good enough. What the hell am I doing? My husband maybe doesn't understand, or my partner doesn't understand. You know, and it's my mother-in-law told me to go and get a day job. You know, all this stuff that we are bombarded with, but to hold the faith with a real strong group of women is crucial.
Yeah, you're all on the same journey, aren't you? So it helps sort of know the pitfalls and stuff. So if you are having a down day, you've got somebody there that can kick you up the bum and say, "Go on, on your way, go back to work."
Yeah, exactly. And I think in the program we do the live calls every week. So if you've got a problem, you just ask. You don't go this alone, because online learning is so alone. You're always alone, you know, and to actually be present every week, once a week, asking the questions, getting under the hood of what's wrong, and, you know, if there's any tweaks to be made, is really crucial to getting you over to get those goals and then get you to where you are right now, right? So what would you kind of say to women who you know, what would you want to say to other women, you know, who want to know about what the possibilities are for them in the Etsy Profit Proof formula? Is there anything you like, if people are thinking about it or don't want to know more about it, like, what have you seen in the program that was being so beneficial to you? Like, because you obviously have come from where you were, which we've discussed, but now you're at a position. But what would you say to anyone who's sitting there thinking, sounds interesting?
Yeah. Firstly, obviously, get on the call. The whole course is that you're not pushed to do something that you're not comfortable with for a start. You're working on strengths that you have. You're discovering strengths that you probably forgot that you had, which is true. And you're probably going to discover things that what you might not have thought was a talent actually is a talent. And you can utilize that and realize that there's people out there that want that talent that you have. You just need to go out there and put it in front of them. And it's just kind of like a little stepping stone just to push you in the right direction. It's all, you've already got it already. You just need that.
Yeah.
It's not even incentive.
Yeah. I agree. I see it all the time. I do see it all the time. People, it's not their creativity that's the problem. The creativity is the reason they're there. It's just tweaking their creativity into that profitable niche rather than in a low demand one.
Yeah, learning how to find the niches and stuff. It's how I went around it the first time around was shocking. Looking back now I think, good Lord, what was I thinking of? Now, I literally went onto Facebook, onto Etsy. I like the look of that. I can do that. Let's do it. There was nothing else involved in it, and I went ahead, forged in ahead, creating things willy-nilly without really taking a proper look to see if it was actually selling.
Yeah,
It's absolutely bizarre now.
Yeah. And that's the premise that Etsy was built on. Sell what you love to create. But it isn't working out for so many sellers. And digital sellers have got such an opportunity where they can be quick to market. They can whip up a certain thing. If they knew that was going to sell over this, they would be designing that. They're still designing, they're still doing what they love, and that's the lovely part of it. And then when you make your great money off that particular thing, if you wanted to go back and do this as a hobby, then go for it. But that the money is to be made off this part of your creativity. So that's the beautiful part of it. That is all revealed in the formula. It weeds out oversaturated niches. So you probably got in the program and there was probably things that you maybe thought, I probably want to do that. But then when you actually got down to prove the profit in it, it didn't have a profit. And then you went, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, there was quite a few actually. I thought, you get to that moment, you think, that's it, that's the one. Then you look at it a little bit closer and then you keep looking at a couple of days later and you know what? I was wrong.
No, yeah. And that's the data we need to make a clear, precise decision. Because it shouldn't be an emotional decision, what we create on Etsy. It should be a numbers decision. It should be a financial, clarity. The numbers don't lie, right?
Exactly.
So, finding ones. And there's about 25 criteria to a growth niche, certain things that you think would work and they look good on paper. Then the market, the actual people you're selling to, they prefer something else, some kind of tweak to it that you wouldn't even know unless you did the research. So there's all very different parts of the formula that are specific to making sure that you can give someone a profitable niche, but they may not make money from it, depending on how they're actually implementing their design and the aesthetic of what they're doing. But if you hit the nail on the head, if you know exactly within the formula, you can reveal what is working, what is going to sell, backed up with all of the 25 parts of the criteria, then you've hit it straight away. You've hit upon something that people were grabbing. They've literally come grabbing, like Black Friday grabbing.
As soon as I saw it, after I looked at it, and it was almost instant. It was like a little light bulb that just went in my head. I just knew instantly. I kept tapping the numbers in. I said to my husband, I said, I really need to do this now.
Yeah.
And I had everything set up, but there was a bit of apprehension about it. And he went, just do it. Like, right, doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never met a husband who isn't happy at the end of the day. The wife may be like, I want to do this program. And they're going, not another one. No, this one's different. But yeah, I've never met a husband who isn't happy at the end of the day that a wife has actually come to them, this month I've made X, Yeah.
Well, he's already planning retirement now.
I bet he is. My husband's already done it. He's always golfing. I'm like, you live a lovely life, you do.
Yeah, I can see Simon doing that too.
I'll just get on with more work while you go off golfing.
Not work, I love doing it.
I love it as well.
Yeah.
The thing
I
is,
can sit there for hours.
sorry, go on. Yeah.
Happy as Larry, and Simon has to come. Have you eaten yet? Oh, gee, I think I better.
I'm always being dropped off cups of tea here, and have you had your water? I'm like, no. Yeah, I'd be lost without him, to be honest. Yeah.
They're good eggs, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all good eggs. All right. Well, thanks for everything that you've shared. It's been brilliant. Like, I've loved having you on the program. I've loved, you showing up for the, when you've been able to show up for the calls. That's, with the time difference and everything, that's been awesome. And because the program is so outcome based, this is what I'm talking about. This is what the results that come, and yours have come very quick, very rapidly. And so, that's an amazing indicator that you're onto the right thing. And now all it is a numbers game. Get those products out there, get the right ones that they want. And, we prove not only in the niche and the product type, we prove in the, we can now delve into the products even further and see, okay, where is my time best spent? Where is the money to be made in? There's many different options in where you can go now, but you'll be able to run those numbers again and kind of work out, right, this is what people are wanting.
Indeed. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good year.
It is going to be a very good year for you. I see a lot of you in me that 6 years ago when I first launched, and it went very similar pattern happening here.
There's another benefit to it as well. All the things that I had learned, I did also apply to the other shops that I had. And whilst I was still tinkering, I saw growth in both of those shops.
You? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Perfect. There we go.
Yep.
That's what we want to hear, hey? All right. Thanks, Dawn. You're going to have a lovely Christmas. I'm sure your phone will be ching in all the way, merrily all the way.
Yes.
Yeah. And we'll reconvene, obviously, in the graduate training once a month. We always get together and whip our shops into shape after the new year. So I'll see you there.